So let me come out straight with this. I have been waiting for this episode since a long time, but I'm really unhappy because they cut off this episode really short, like really short. Because I remembered that they could have done one scene that they're gonna represent in the next episode, and I'm really disappointed because they could have done the intro, a short intro, and then just could have done that one scene I was looking forward to. But leaving all that aside, this was an awesome episode, to be honest. Like, yo, the it was kind of boring in the first half because you saw was Charmy out there, and doing like they dragged on that scene. That scene was, I think so, 2 panels. I think so, not many, 2 or 3 panels at least, 2 or 3 pages, not panels, 2 or 3 pages at least. I think so, not much than that. So they dragged on the scene for a long time, and so they did drag on. I don't think that they dragged on the last scene, but I think so they dragged on the Charmy scene because it was 2 to 3 pages, if I'm correct. So basically, what happens is Charmy is the one who defeats the witch, and basically the thing is that she was thinking that the witch wanted to steal her food, while the witch wanted to steal her mana so that she could get her beauty back. So basically, that was it. So that basically was a scene. You can see that Charmy now has a crush on because saved her food from getting destroyed and stuff. So yeah, it was a very short scene in the manga. This was a dragged on scene, and that's what I got when I got disappointed. I was like, they could have ended this arc, this episode, and they just like dragged it on for the next episode. I was like, yo, what? They could have legit ended this arc in this episode, and I was expecting it to be in this episode, the end of the arc. I was expecting it to be in this episode, but no, they had to drag it on to the next episode for that kind of pissed me off because they could have just shortened the first scene because it was a pretty short scene. So it was like they just dragged it on for like what, 7 minutes, I think so, if I'm correct. Yeah, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, if I'm correct. That's the correct amount of time that the scene was dragged on for. While the scene, in my opinion, could just be completed in like, even if with a long intro, I thought the scene would have been completed in 4 to 5 minutes. If I look at the pages correctly, yeah, 4 to 5 minutes, not many, not much of a time. But after the disappointing first half for me, the second half was just awesome. I felt like it was dragged on too, but it was just awesome to see that second half. But because, yo, like Fuegeleon, I know the Japanese naming is like a little different, but I'm pretty sure the English naming is not that different from what I'm saying. Fuegeleon, because the pronunciation is kind of weird because it's Fugue and then Leon, so it's like Fuegeleon, putting the O in the between. So yeah, Fuegoleon. Basically, you could see that his hand has been dissected and he's been defeated. So let me tell you something. Fuegoleon. I already made this comment in the previous review I made that Fuegoleon will be out for at least 2 to 3 arcs. Like I said, he's not dead. Okay, he's not dead. He's just out for a few arcs. Because the gem, again, they wanted that gem. So basically, that's the reason why Fuegoleon was killed. Basically, not killed, but at least injured. And like I said, the enemy who almost killed Fuegoleon, Asta and Yami are gonna fight him in the next arc. And I can't wait for that because, yo, that shit would legit be like, yo. I love that fight because I hope they don't drag it on for too long. Even though I love that fight, I still hope that they don't drag it on for too long because it's just like, like this. Because in the first half you just get that, and then the second half. But anyways, let's talk about what happens. So Fuegoleon, his hand is dissected, if you guys see. So I really give props to that. Okay, I really give props to Studio Power to do that. Like, they have done this previously. They have done it in Naruto, where Naruto and Sasuke's hands were dissected, and they have done it previously. But this was a very detailed scene, and that's why I give props to it. Cause yo, a good job out there. Like representing, like showing his face, how his face has been like I remember when reading the manga, I was like, yo, what? Like, it was a legit expression for myself. And because Fuegeleon is a very powerful magical knight. For anybody who doesn't know, he's a very powerful captain. So him getting killed, it was like, yo, what? This guy could have just like, you know those 5 people surrounding us. They could have just easily taken them out. He was that strong, and yet he was like, yo, he was still unable to like move and stuff, and he was like really destroyed. His face was really grim. He was like almost dead, like a dead face. Like, yo, that was like, I give props to that. Like, well done. I felt like that scene was portrayed better than the manga, like way better than the manga in my opinion, because I love the way they portrayed it. So we're not going further. We're not going much into the details because I don't want to spoil anything, because I know stuff that is gonna happen. Because I wanted to say about the stuff that was gonna happen, but again, they didn't end this arc in this episode, so it was like, eh. It's like, I'm disappointed. But well, let's move on to the next scene where Asta pretty much finds out a special magic user, the spatial magic user who transported everybody and transported his Fuegoleon in against this guy he was fighting. So he pretty much found him, and pretty much him and Raiders were almost escaping. And Asta, he used Fuegeleon's advice. He kept his calm and cool, and he pretty much like used his magic swords to stop the spatial magic from Raiders' side. And it was something, because Asta almost was killed. One scene that I really loved though, Asta punching. Now I don't remember if this was in the manga. I don't think that was like in the manga. I mean, it was in the manga, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I read it, so I think so. It was in the manga, but I think so. It was just a single panel of him punching him in the face, just like one single panel. I don't think that was like a whole like 3 to 4 like a Hajime hippo style punching. Like I don't think that was the style. Hajime the hippo? What? Well, whatever. I might have got that wrong. I don't know why I said that, but hippo style fighting, pretty much. It wasn't like that. Like you keep on punching like 3 to 4 punches continuously. It wasn't anything like that. I don't think there was anything like that in the manga. I thought so that scene was dragged on, but I really liked it, even though it was dragged on, because it was like, yo, Asta isn't using magic and he's using typical fighting like punches. I really liked it, because he's a person without any magic, and it's like it is the only option he has when he's not with his swords. So he punches until later chapters, which I'm not gonna spoil. But yeah, that happens, and let's just take a moment to say, like, Leopold, yo, he got into trauma, like he got a real trauma. He's like, and I can understand, if you see your brother in front of you almost dead, almost killed, you'll be like, whoa, what? And especially when your own brother is like so strong, like, yo, like, I was like, yo, what? Leopold's trauma was pretty bad. But anyways, he bounced back from his trauma. He helped Asta fight, because Asta was almost going to get killed, so he helped Asta fight against them. And 5 more people appear. Now let me talk about this one girl in that group that's talking about dissection and stuff. Trust me, she is a mad doctor, and she wants Asta's body so bad. And I mean in legit sense. Like, trust me, she is like the worst type of doctor you want to be to. Yo, she wants Asta's body so bad. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you will understand in the next arc when I say she wants Asta's body bad. Like, yo, this chick is like, like, yo. But I really like her, in a sense, because she is pretty damn cool. Like she's mad, but but at the same time she's like a like personality. Like she has a cool personality to go with, cause it's it's like this, okay? You know how is like she's a yandere, but at the same time she's like pretty like chilling and shit, something like that. Cause in a way I don't like anyways, but I'm talking about this chick, and I think say I really like her, even though she's like pretty damn like she's not a yandere to be exact, but she's a mad doctor in a sense. To be exact, she's not a yandere. Just to make sure, just to give you that thing, but she's a mad doctor. Yeah, yeah. Keep it at that. A mad doctor. So that chick who was talking about dissection, that's pretty much who she is. For anybody's information. Trust me when I say it. It's pretty bad. But anyways, now moving on. That's pretty much where it is. And Asta, what he does is removes the curse magic that was held on him by like slicing himself with his sword, cutting himself with his sword. Not like a legitimate cut, but a slight cut with his sword, so that the curse magic could go away. So that's pretty much the end of the episode over there. So I really hate this. I didn't even see the preview. I was like, no, I'm not watching the preview because I already know how the arc ends. Why would I want to watch a preview when I already know how the arc ends? I was expected, like I said, I was expected this episode to end like this episode to be the end of the arc, and I was like, oh my god, the first scene is dragged on for so long. It would have been such a small scene. Like, it is such a small scene. It's like 2 to 3 pages again. So 2 to 3 pages. In sense of Boku no Hero Academia, let's talk like that. In sense of Boku no Hero Academia, 2 to 3 pages is like 3 to 4 minutes. That's pretty much, not even 3 to 4 minutes. I would say about 2 minutes. 2 to 3 pages, about 2 minutes. Like, that's legit 2 to 3 pages. So when it comes to Black Clover, you could like you just dragged on that scene for forever, and that's what I hated about this episode all over. Cause the first scene was just a huge drag on, like, it was like, yeah, damn it. Like, I really sighed. I was like, really, dude, really? That's how it's gonna be? But anyways, all over, this episode was still a good one. It wasn't a bad episode in any way. Just the first half was just like, really, you needed to drag it on that long? That's basically my expression on the first half. But this episode wasn't that bad. I'll give it a 6.5. I know it's a low rating from what I originally gave the last few episodes, but again, I have to give a little low rating. Than I would have given it 7 or about 7 if it was like not dragged on. The first scene wasn't that dragged on. I would have given it 7 hands down, like about 7 hands down. But this was like really dragged on. That is why a 6.5, because in the end the endings was cool. Okay, it was dragged on. I know it is a little dragged on in a way, in a shape of sense, but it was still an alright thing to do, because it was still looking alright. It was like blending with the story. But the first scene was just like, really? You needed to do that? Like, yeah, really? You could have ended that scene really quickly. Why did you need to drag it on? That's my only complaint about this episode. Otherwise, this episode is pretty damn good, to be honest. And all over, again, 6.5. No, nothing much, nothing less. 6.5, solid 6.5 for me. Like, I don't have any complaints with the animations. I don't have any complaints with anything else. Just the drag on made me like go my mood off. Made my mood off. So that's it. That's it for this episode. 6.5. And let me know where do you scale it from 1 to 10. And don't forget to if you like my content, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more anime and gaming content. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.